Today is the day you start becoming the self-compassionate, empowered, and motivated version of yourself that you always wanted to be. Are you ready to explore your untapped potential? Welcome to Untapped. I'm your host Starla, and I'm about to help you reach your ultimate goals every time we chat and we tap. So let's go. It's time for you to take control of your life, and it starts today. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope already your day has begun in the most beautiful, loving way. And that doesn't need to just be in the respect of if you have a partner that you've woken up next to and you've had a kiss and a cuddle and you've got down to it with them. It also means some self-love if you're single, like no excuses. You can still give yourself an amazing morning. Whether you are in a relationship or you are single or you are dating, no matter what your situation is, this day is about love. And the first thing that came to mind when I thought about how can I help to really impact people's lives today, really help them make a change so that today and every day going forward, you can take this information and you can use it to really benefit you. So my first thing would be this. I'm sure you've heard people say that Valentine's Day is nothing but commercial BS. And maybe you even feel the same way. Like, why should there be just one day in the whole year that I express love? And I want you for a moment to consider a different point of view. And there's two parts to this. The first part is that this day is the one day where the majority of people are going to be expressing love to their loved ones, which means the vibration of today is going to be incredibly high with love. And love is one of the most, if not the most, powerful words, emotions, vibrations that anyone can experience. So if you are trying to manifest the love of your life, the dream relationship, if you are trying to manifest more self-love, if you are trying to bring back the spark in your relationship, this day is the day to really truly affirm that is what is happening in your life now. That is how you feel. Step into that vibration, step into that energy, use visualization, whatever it is you need to do. Just take a few minutes this morning whilst you're listening to this podcast and just feel how good it feels to feel love. It will change your whole day. And you could even see relationships just start to shift and change for the better as well. I've seen that happen in my own life with the people I work with my friends. Whenever I say to people, you have the power to change your circumstances with other people as long as you are in alignment with each other, then that magic will happen. It'll feel like magic. It's energy at the end of the day. It's vibration, but it will feel like magic. Using things like Ho'oponopono will supercharge that as well. And then add some EFT in and you are golden, right? So try it out. Really, really get into how beautiful the vibration is today. The second part is you do not need to spend money today. You don't have to buy a card. You don't have to buy expensive jewelry or a car, whatever your budget allows for. You still don't have to do that. If you're in the right relationship with somebody, if you give that person something from the heart, it is going to mean so much to them. And that could just be that you're walking along and you see this beautiful, shiny pebble, and it reminds you of your partner's eyes. You don't have to just give one gift today. You could spend your whole day looking for things that remind you of the person you love and putting them in a box and giving them that box in the middle of a day or this evening with a beautiful home-cooked meal or something like that. Romance is endless. The possibilities, seriously, just step outside the box. And if you aren't very romantically inclined, and this isn't you, that's okay as well. Buy something for that person that they will love. Something that they've been pointing out, they've been hinting towards, that they said they wanted for Christmas and maybe, you know, nobody got it for them or something like that. Then yeah, get something for them. Like, spend as much money in the world as you want or as little. But I just want people to know that they don't have to spend any money. Romance isn't about money. It is so much more than that. You could just sit down and watch your partner's favorite movie with them and watch them as they watch the movie. Watch how much they love the movie. Really immerse yourself in how incredible that feels. Look, I am quite obviously a romantic, okay? I am definitely 100% romantic. And I'm not a hopeless romantic. I'm a hopeful romantic. I'm full of the whole hope situation here. I'm an optimistic romantic. And I just think that we can start to see Valentine's Day in a different way. Then Valentine's Day will start to present itself in a different way in our lives. And isn't that what we want at the end of the day? We want things to work for us. We want life to work for us. It's always working for us. And this day can also work for you just as well as any other day. You do not have to throw it off to the wolves because, for example, you're single. If you are single at the moment, and all you long for is to wake up in somebody's arms, someone who loves you, to walk down the street hand in hand, and just to, like I said this to a friend earlier, one of the best things about relationships is that you get to play with that person for the rest of your life. You get to be playful. You get to do things that you did as a child, but the grown-up version with somebody who is your cheerleader, you are their cheerleader, and you just have a really freaking good time with them, right? And that's essentially what you're looking for, right? Isn't it? It's somebody who you can be playful with and you can explore life with, experience. That is something that is everyone's right to experience a beautiful love with somebody. And a beautiful lasting love with somebody as well. However, and I feel like I've enough experience in this that I can absolutely 100% say that the really good relationships, not just romantic relationships with your family members, with your friends, with anybody you care about, they get really good when you start loving yourself first. But I got really sad the other day. I was speaking to somebody who was reaching out to me whose partner is going through addiction, and they didn't know if they should stay in the relationship or not, what they should do. And my advice was, no matter what you decide, what I would definitely suggest right now, because it's really clear that you need it, is to really invest in self-love. And you know what they said? They said it didn't exist, that it was a concept. And I just had no idea what to say in that moment, because it was the first time that I was faced with the prospect that many, many, many people feel the same way as this person does. It's just a concept, which means that they've never experienced how incredible it is to love yourself. Either they've been too scared to, because then people say, oh, you love yourself, that means you're a narcissist, or anything like that. Or just because they've never been loved properly. So how on earth would they ever know that you could love yourself. There's so many different levels to that. And maybe you feel the same way. Anyone who's listening right now, it's just like self-love. And that is just some concept that celebrities come up with, and they go, yeah, love yourself, stick it on a mug, stick it on a t-shirt. I can tell you now, it is not the case. I absolutely despised myself once upon a time. I really, honestly, just was so disappointed with the person I was. This sick, frail person who just complained about everything and didn't push herself. That's what I saw. That is exactly what I saw. I saw somebody who just wasn't worth anything. So what did I attract? Because I think you probably know the answer. I attracted really challenging relationships with people. I attracted things like, if I walked into, this is an actual story that happened. I walked into a pharmacy one day and I had a smile on my face. I was really pleasant. And I asked the lady for some assistance. And she was just rude to me, really rude. And it wasn't the only time it had happened. It was happening more and more frequently. So even though I thought that I was a waste of space of a human and everything back then, I clearly wasn't as bad as I thought I was, because I remember coming out of that pharmacist thinking, this is happening way too frequently. So I was sending off a really bad signal. So I started to pay attention to that and shifted everything that came up for me, everything that I felt like I could shift, even though I was in a really, really bad place back then. And people started treating me differently. When people really started treating me differently was when I left my challenging relationship and I decided to go it alone and everything and really start working on myself. That's when I started attracting some really fantastic people into my life. So when you start to explore self-love, I think the best place it can start from is with self-compassion. And I've spoken about this before. I read the book, Self-Compassion. It did change my life because I realized there was a whole different way of living. And that this absolutely wasn't just a concept. This was just a different way of being mindful with my thoughts, being mindful with what I felt I needed from somebody else and knowing how to give it to myself first. So especially during lockdowns and things like that, right? We didn't have the ability to have human contact, human touch, to be hugged. So I learned to give myself hugs, and I learned to hold myself, and I learned to flip my thoughts. So this goes into this other really important, super cool way that you can have so much love in your life from yourself and then from the relationship that is right for you. Imagine you have a manager, a personal assistant. They're either beside you, in front of you, in your head. It doesn't really matter, whatever works for you. And when you have a negative thought that goes against what you actually really want in your life, imagine that personal assistant saying to you, oh, okay, Miss Rose, no worries. So you would like some more loneliness, would you? I would obviously just turn around and say, no more loneliness, thank you very much. Or, oh, okay, Miss Rose, so what I'm getting from you right now, if you would like me to put through some more sadness, or some more thoughts of self-sabotage, or some more considerations that you won't actually ever get anywhere in life, right? Just any of these thoughts that we have, these sabotages that we have, I would clearly say, no, please don't put that through. Like if you were ordering some food at a restaurant and they said, oh, so you would just like a big slab of dried steak because you said that the last time you were here, that's what you got and you've had really bad reviews. So that's clearly what you want me to put through. And you're like, no, I don't. I want it to be juicy and I want it to be really nice. Please don't put that through for me. And so they say to you, oh, okay, your personal assistant. I'm going back to personal assistant now. What is it you want me to put through for you then, Miss Rose? Well, I'd like you to put through a whole heap of happiness and positivity. And I'm actually really feeling good at the moment. I just had some thoughts that were opposing to what I really want. It's not a big deal. It was just a thought. It doesn't really hold any merit in my belief system. Okay, no worries. I will just change that for you and I'll put that through for you. Anything else? And you're like, if you can think of anything else that you would like to switch up in that moment, you tell your personal assistant. And if you're happy to just say, no, that's all for now, thank you. They say, okay, no worries. Thank you so much. I'll get back to you soon. And it's the end of that conversation. Play with it. Have some fun with it. Be a bit cheeky with it. Just try it for like, I don't know, even if it's like 10 minutes or an hour, maybe a whole day, maybe the whole week. Imagine if you did it for the whole month. You would literally change your whole life, especially your love life. So give it a go and let me know what you think about this whole personal assistant thing. Because if we really want to create the lives that we really want, we've got to be slightly delusional about this stuff. We need to play like we played as children. Be playful with your thoughts. Treat this like a game. Have fun with it. Life isn't supposed to be serious. Honestly, there wouldn't be half the amount of illness in this world if people were more playful. We get given this insight that when we get to a certain age, we have to just grow up and we can't be playful anymore and we can't have fun anymore and we can't be happy. And it's not true. It's absolutely not the case. So that's where you start with learning how to love yourself. When you use your personal assistant, you're basically flipping your thoughts. You don't even need to use the personal assistant thing. You can just flip the thought in the same momentum. You say something like, I hate my figure. And very quickly you say, but I'm learning to love my figure just the way it is. Something that is committal, but isn't as far as, oh, I absolutely love my figure, which might be a bit of a stretch straight away. If it isn't, try it out, see how it feels. It might feel really, really good. It's another way of essentially fake it till you make it, but it's more like faith it till you make it, Just get really, really into that belief that whatever you want is happening right this very second, and see how that feels for you. It doesn't work for everyone. You may need to just tweak your process slightly, but when you land on a process that works for you, you'll know it. Write it down, because my goodness, when you write it down, it definitely solidifies in there more. It really gets in your brain. And start practicing that new magic that you have created for yourself, and it will blow you away. It will be so, so cool. And let me know what that is. I'd love to know your formula. I love to hear the different ways that people manifest their dream lives. It's so exciting for me to hear these stories. So yeah, share away. That was not completely dedicated to the, smooshy loviness of Valentine's Day. I wanted to give you some actual things that you could take away and use so you can have some tangible proof that this stuff works. Self-love is absolutely not just a concept. And if you can apply these things, start getting into the vibration of self-love now, then the relationship you are going to have will work so, so much better, because you won't be so dependent on that person to meet your every need. You'll be able to meet it yourself. And then you'll be able to have a partnership with somebody, someone that is by your side, that you can work with, understand yourself and understand that person. That is the best formula for a romantic relationship that I can give you. And you are just going to have the best time of your life. So give it a go. Have an incredible, beautiful, romance-filled day today, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you for tuning in today. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a thing. Your feedback is really important to me, so please leave a review and let me know what you think. Want to take your mindset mastery to the next level? Connect with me on Instagram and TikTok for tapping videos, exclusive content, and more. As an EFT Empress and Mindset Mastery Coach, I have even more to offer you through my membership program. Visit my website and join the community today. You can find me under the handle She's a Guiding Star on all my social media platforms. Don't miss out on the chance to make positive changes in your life and make them stick. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.